Hello, 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 and welcome to Tylan TV. I'm Tylan, your host. Yo, you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna have some fun, man. This is my second episode. I'm just gonna use this as a vessel and a venue to, bring you guys some opinionated talk and discussion about things, current events or whatever. Whatever comes to my mind, you know what I'm saying? I mean, many people know I like to talk, like to tell stories. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have stories for y'all. I'm gonna do it all, man. I'm gonna entertain you. Today's episode is about early entry from college basketball to the pros, to the NBA. Just wanted to discuss about this. I've kind of briefly talked about it before, or touched on, the age limit restrictions in the NBA and athletes being paid and stuff like that. So we'll touch on some of that in today's episode. The reason for that is because I think the other day, this week, Roy Williams, ex-head college basketball coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels, retired this week, and just was basically because I met the guy. You know what I'm saying? I love Roy Williams, man. I love his personality, man. I love the way he coached, and for him to lead the game, man, it just kind of speaks volumes, especially with the way that I watch college basketball and what's going on out there. One of the reasons why I brought that up and got on the topic of this subject was because one of the announcers for ESPN was talking about reasons why Roy Williams is leaving the game, and one of the things that was brought up is because of early entry into the NBA, you don't have the camaraderie, you don't have the relationship, you don't have the full team concept, because you only get a player for 1 year, 8 months out of their year, and then they're gone. And most of these guys are your dominant guys. I mean, you can have a team where you got 2, maybe 3 ball dominant guys that are only staying 1 year on your team, and you have to build your team around those people, and then those people leave, and so then you're left with guys who weren't able to do that, or just were passive and looking for those guys. So you don't get a chance to build a good relationship with the whole team as a whole, and you don't get a chance to build relationships with these individuals and players. Me as a coach, that's one of the things I take pride in, is building a team mentality, and it's hard to do that when you only got a player for a year, man. It's very hard to do it, and like I said, it was probably thrown out there as one of the reasons why Roy Williams left the game. But yeah, man, sad to see him go. I met the guy, man. I like I said, that's one thing. I'm a very character-driven person, so if you got, if I'm feeling your character, man, I'm digging you. You know what I'm saying? And Roy, I really dug dude, man. He came to the house recruiting for my brother, as I told you, like I've said before, and when he came there, man, I was like, yo, look, what y'all want to do? You want to get to the NBA? I can drop a plan, make sure we get you up in there. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, bam, you want him to graduate? Yeah, want to graduate? Bam, we can get you. Don't worry about it. We gonna take care of you. Make sure you get enough opportunities and areas to get your schoolwork done and all that. We got you, right? So we was like, yeah, man, we was feeling him, man. And then he came out with the newspaper. He had a newspaper that said, because my brother's name is Alan Anderson, and then the field house, the facility that they play at is called the Allen Fieldhouse. So they came with a newspaper that said Alan Anderson comes home to Allen Fieldhouse. It was like, it was dope. You know what I'm saying? But I like the dude, man. Built a reputation with the dude. I thought he was gonna go to Kansas too, man, because Kansas is blue. We love blue. You know what I'm saying? We stay true to blue. So I thought he was gonna go there, but went to Michigan State, had a great career there. Love me some Tom Izzo, but that's another story. And I went, man, Tom, you better not leave. But anyways, yeah. So I think that is a situation where, I took it a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't crying nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it was just shocking to see it when things like that happen. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that you kind of liked and admired for a long time leaves the game, and it's just You know, it is what it is, man. But I'm telling you, man, you know, it's hard out there for a coach when you only got players for 1 year. You only got 7 months, 8 months, 9 months to teach these kids how to, you know, develop and be better players, and then they're gone. So, yeah. One of the things I want to speak about is early entry also, I think, affects the NBA. I think it affects the fact that you have these teams, and I've seen it, I can't remember what the exact numbers are, but I think it's about 6 or 7 teams with an average age of 24 years old. You know what I'm saying? That's the average age of the team, of a professional basketball team is 24 years old. And to me, I mean, it's cool and all that, but I think it's diluted the game. I think the game has gotten diluted. I think the value of basketball has lost its reverence. I think a lot of people, because I hear a lot of people, man, a lot of people be trying to throw out there, they don't like watching the NBA, man. I mean, I be hearing it on the low. It be on the low, but it's out there, man. I mean, people love watching some football, love watching the football, you know what I'm saying? And I be finding out that a lot of people love watching baseball too, but I mean, man, been a minute, man, since basketball's really gotten the real attention and hype that it has, and then COVID really messed it up a little bit. So, but I think with having an average age of 24.5, man, that's dude. You if you go for a full 4 years of college out of high school from 18, that's 22. So 24 years old. That's a whole team, man. 24 people in the NBA, professional basketball players, and I think, man, I'd have to check back in the day, you know, around the, you know, the 80s, middle 80s, whatever, late 80s at the average age. But I mean, they were scoring back then, what, 130, 120 points, man, a game? I mean, now I be seeing games where it's like 75, 82. You know what I'm saying? For 48 minutes, player. You know what I'm saying? They play 48 minutes, man. You know what I'm saying? They score 85. That's 2 points a minute, bro. That's 2 points a minute, bro. You know what I'm saying? Less than 2 points a minute, bro. Come on, man. If you can't get 2 points a minute, bro, come on, man. So I think it's diluted the game a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? So I wish we could go back to days when, like I said, you got 1 year done coming in, right? I've always checked like draft stocks. I've always checked on what are these rankings and draft stocks of college players and stuff. I haven't done it too much in the last 2 years because of, you know, COVID, whatever. But so I've always been interested in that and always checked into it. So I'd say maybe 5, 6 years. That's when the first round, the mock drafts would say the first round is like more than half freshmen or freshmen in college or a year removed overseas. Like, that's insane. That's telling me right there that I can have just on the odds, I could have a guy, you know what I'm saying, or I could be a senior in high school balling. Just on paper, I'm not even gonna be picked until at least 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's crazy to me. That's crazy. That's crazy that the top 20 people in on a mock draft are all freshmen and 1 year removed from high school. Like, that's crazy. Like, and like I said, when it keeps filling up like that, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get people that buy, these organizations that buy into these projects, and then you have, you know, 20 people just off the first round, 20 people coming in that are all freshmen that are being paid all this money to be a project, and then in 3 years, some of them paying out, some of them don't. And then what? Now the child that lost education. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that. That's another subject for today. We'll talk about that. But another thing about it, money versus education. I think that's a big thing. You got to think about that, and that's the one thing that pulls me to the opposite side of where my pendulum swings at. You have to look at the reality of every situation, and the reality is that some people need to take that money. They need it for their family. You know what I'm saying? And then some people just need to be like, hey, I want to get a degree. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I get a degree. I want to graduate from my parents. But either or, and that's like I said, that's what pulls me back to it. Either or is not wrong. You know what I'm saying? Hands down. If I'm balling on people and somebody comes to me and say, hey man, we can get you paid 10 mil. You know what I'm saying? I can go back to school. You know what I'm saying? If I'm getting 10 bills, school costs about 40,000 a year. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? 10 bills is straight. I'll go back to school eventually, even just the 1 year. But anyway, I don't. That's what brings me back. I don't see nothing wrong with either decision. I just think that what we need to do is we need to make a determination on how we're gonna label and rank these kids. And when these kids are not when they're just a project that's 3 years down the road, why not tell that kid to stay and play some more ball in college? Have fun, man. College is fun. Get your education. You know what I'm saying? Meet some ladies. You know what I'm saying? Hang out, do whatever, man, for 4 years. No worries. Why? Why would you go right into it if you're not even guaranteed that money? You know what I'm saying? So I think we need to be honest with the kids on where they stand at and what the opportunities is for them in regards to having an education afterwards. Sell that to them too. I think we sell the money part so hard that we forget to sell kids on the longevity of their decision. You know, especially when it comes to education. I think that's the most powerful weapon you can give anybody. Money is money. You know, that's the most glitz and glamour, you know what I'm saying, and gold and shit, you know what I'm saying, that's the butters of it, you know what I'm saying. I think that education is the guns of it, you know what I'm saying, like that's the most powerful weapon you can give anybody. So that's one of the reasons why pendulum swings over there, you know, because educated, I'll tell you right now, an educated black man is the most powerful weapon on the face of the earth, hands down. So and anything that they can, I think anything, you know, some of this stuff in my show, man, I'm gonna come out with it, man. I don't care. But I think anything that they can do to stop that, and I think that a lot of times they are enticing our children with the glitz and the glamours and the dollars and the blue face hundreds and shit. You know what I'm saying? And our generation gets lost because they just so happy that they got money. You know, and money's great. Money do the damn thing, but at the same time, what is your mind doing? What is the money doing for your mind? Is it doing anything for your mind? Is it doing anything for your people? And if it's not doing anything for your people, it's not doing anything for your mind, because that's what our mind is supposed to be used for. You know what I'm saying? So the power of education teaches us that. And so I think anything, I mean, because if you look at it, I was thinking about this the other day. You look at it and they really advertising not to go to college. like read between the lines. See, this is why I went to film. This is why I went to film school. This is the difference between just grabbing a camera and going out and shooting and actually going to a school and learning what the whole point of why you're filming what you're filming. Read between the lines. Like some of these commercials out here, they be like, no, you ain't gotta go to college. You ain't gotta get a degree. You can just go to trade school, which, believe me, to me, that's the same thing. You're getting certified in something. But the way that they're pushing kids away from going, because to go be a doctor, right? Think about this. To be a doctor, you have to go to school for almost 10 years. And that includes, I think, your residency at the hospital. I think, like I said, you can throw out numbers here. You can fact check me all you want to. But you got to be in school for 10 years. To be a lawyer, you're right up there by 8. A good strong 8 to be a top tier. You know what I'm saying? You can go for 4 and go and be state defense. You know what I'm saying? State prosecutor. You know what I'm saying? You can be state. You work all the state cases, but to be top tier, you got to be about 6'8". You know what I mean? So, and those are the big jobs, and those are the big decision making. Politics. You got to be in school, bro. You got to go get degrees for this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I think these commercials and this view of America is trying to change the education of black men, because the less we can make them educated on how things work, especially in America, the easier it is for us to control the people. So I mean, but that's some other shit, man. That's some other shit. I'm gonna talk to you about that another day. That's some other shit. But yeah. Another issue about the early entry candidates is what I've been hearing is, because I think that there have been maybe a few lawsuits against NCAA on likeness lawsuits, people suing the NBA for using their likeness on commercials, marketing wear, and just the NCAA tournament and all the money they make off all these tournaments, and the kids ain't getting nothing. So I've been hearing that there's been some lawsuits. That's another issue that can make the person decide to either stay or go to the NBA. If you ain't getting compensated for everything that you're doing, You're putting your life on the line. You guys are just out here insanely playing basketball at a high level every day, and you can't be compensated for that or rewarded for that, and people are making lots of money off of you, then I think you should be compensated. At the same time, catch-22 on that is you're getting a free college education. If college was not expensive, then everybody would be going to college. And these are, like I said, these are my opinions and these are my views I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? You can criticize whatever the fuck you want, but these are my opinions. And so, with that being said, we talk about top tier colleges, right? If you go play at a Michigan State, you're looking at about, you gotta be looking at about 60,000 a year, right? And what I also know is that most athletes do not get degrees while playing at that level of basketball within 4 years. They usually go 5. They usually go 5 because the time consumption of their basketball, they can't do all the extra stuff that they need to do for some classes and things like that, and they can't take extra classes and stuff like that. They have to be on a tight schedule because of basketball, so they got to stretch it out a little bit longer. Now you gonna want to leave, right? But what you're not thinking about is the free pass that you have for 4 years to go do whatever you want to do, right? That's a lot of money being paid to you. You're just not getting it in your hand. And I think that's the problem that a lot of people don't understand, is that free college degree to a big time university is something that a lot of people don't have the opportunity to get. And not only that, not a lot of people have the opportunity to even pay for that shit, let alone get it for free. So you're getting paid. But I do, okay, hold on, don't trip. But what I do agree with is that I think they should get paid. I think they should get a stipend. I think every month of the year they should get a stipend, maybe about $1,500 a month from the time basketball starts to the time basketball ends, to their last game. They should get a stipend, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. I mean, you add that on top of that. I mean, you get the guys that stay for you. That'll make you stay, because if you get $1,500 every month and you stay for 3-4 years, you're getting paper. You know what I'm saying? You're getting paper, and you having fun kicking it in college. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling for a little bit. I go to the league a little bit later. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would entice some kids. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Like I said, I think the college degree is enough. You know what I'm saying? 70,000 times 4, that's $280,000. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you're getting a nice chunk of change. You know what I'm saying? You just ain't getting it in your hand. But anyways. Enough on that one. Enough on that part. I think that, let's see what we got on the schedule here. Yeah, I think one of the things that has caused this problem. I think one of the things that has caused this issue also is AAU basketball. Now, I might hurt some feelings on this one, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna talk, boy. It's my opinion, man. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? This is who I am. So, AAU basketball, man. I think AAU basketball is a fucking joke, man. I really do. I think that a lot of people are out here for the business aspect of AAU basketball rather than building something good within the kids. But there are a few, man. I know some people that are putting on good programs. I do personally, you know what I'm saying? But shit, you can't gauge the whole world on just the people you know. Because if I did that shit, nigga, fuck, I'd be fucked over all the motherfucking time. But shit, I know good people. That doesn't mean the world is good people. So to my dudes, you know what I'm saying? Rock, you know what I'm saying? Minnesota Spartans, Sizzle, you know what I'm saying? Magic, all y'all. Yeah, Minnesota Panthers. I mean, we do what we do. I feel y'all. I know people. Like I said, I judge off character, so I know y'all. But this AAU shit, because most of the time, anytime you're playing the AAU, if you want to go anywhere good, you got to go out of state. It be the out of state ones, man. Like they don't care who there. They don't care. Shit, when we did our thing last year, we went to one, and it was around June, July, and we had It was packed in there, man. There's teams all over the place, man. It was just COVID. Ready to go, ball it, man. Letting everybody ball. But I mean, hey, I was for it. Hey, I don't play no games. When it comes to hoop, I hope. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like shocked. It was up in the atom like that. So, but we don't develop anything special in the kids, man, in AAU basketball, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not. We're developing individuality, and then you hand them back to the coaches in October, and the coach is supposed to wean them back in and teach them how to be a team player again. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one of my problems with AAU basketball. I mean, I love it though. I've had my kid in it before for years and stuff like that. So I mean, I love it just because it's basketball. But the business part of it, I think, has gotten out of hand. Everybody's just trying to stick their hands in these kids and make money off these kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Hence, why we talking about early entry. And I think that's kind of where it starts at. It's not as obvious as what's starting it, because you know you can kind of get in trouble, you know, if you're doing anything illegally, like as far as kids and money and basketball and sports and programs and things like that. But I think behind the scenes, I think a lot of people, you know, saying, hey man, they just feel like they're making some money off these kids, and it's not about developing anything. So and I think that's where it starts at, because you know, after a while you start to think me instead of team. So, and AAU basketball, I heard somebody say something about that, like, oh, AAU basketball is about you getting yours, and I was like, man, I don't feel like that. That's not me, and I'll never feel like that. I'll never coach a group of kids and be trying to tell my kids, get yours. Develop you. I'll teach them, yo, we need to play like a team to win the game. You know what I'm saying? And the more games we win, shoot, the better you're gonna feel as an individual. Guarantee you that. You know what I'm saying? But you watch these videos, watching Westbrook or whatever. Watch Westbrook when he lose. That nigga ain't happy. That nigga I had like 50 points. Nigga, we lost the game. We lost the goddamn game. What the fuck you asked me for? That's how they be, right? So if they be like that, why would you teach kids to be like that? Don't make any sense, do it? Don't make any sense. Why not teach them how to win the game? To win the game, play with the team. So, and like I said, I think that's where it starts from the bottom up. That's where all these early entry candidates leaving college, going to play, put their names in the draft to go to the league, possibly get in the league or not. Staying 1 year, blowing the program up, kids not knowing their new position, new roles next year, coaches getting upset because the team sucks next year. You know what I'm saying? This is the first year Duke and North Carolina didn't make the tournament. This is the first year. And Michigan State, Michigan State creep walked their way into that motherfucking lost first game to the motherfucking niggas on the Final Four, which is alright. I'll take that. If you lose your first game to the team that went to the Final Four, you know what I'm saying? That you psychologically you can say, oh, we would have won, right? So, but anyway, yeah, man, this is the first year all them of Duke and North Carolina wasn't in the thing, man. That's crazy. What? Do you listen to what I'm saying? Do you think that's a coincidence? The year that your team don't make, first year you ain't made it in 30 something, I think it was like 20, well, I don't know how many years. First year you ain't made it to the thing, to the dance. I wouldn't blame him, man. He tried to go. I'd have to go too, man. But yeah, man, much love to Roy Williams, man. Good guy, man. Good guy, good coach. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're gonna do, Tylan TV, man. Early entry, man. Figure it out, man. We gotta figure it out, man. We gotta get these kids educated, but we gotta get them paid too. So, you know what I'm saying? Alright, I'm out. Thank you.